Can Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble again? What is the latest big WWE Championship main event plans for WrestleMania? And news on Powerhouse Hobbs joining WWE. It's Sportskeeda Wrestling News. I'm Kevin Kellum. Let's get right into the comments. Let me know your take. All right. Yes, big stuff kind of coming out of SmackDown. And here's where everything's coming together for WWE's WrestleMania plans. The current two worked ideas coming together for the WWE Undisputed Championship, reportedly from Wrestling Observer. And these are reported. These have also been questioned. Some people have said that these aren't happening. Is Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes? We've seen that. Seen that quite a bit, yeah. And Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. Triple threat, I'm not opposed to it. And based on this week's SmackDown, it seems like that is indeed in the works, or at least we're not going to get at that Mania. I think we're going to get that triple threat at some point. Now, Cody Rhodes also on this week's SmackDown in London. Hot crowd where they booed him a little bit, but then he got them back by simply saying, "You deserve a WrestleMania." And they're, "Oh, we love you now." So he declared himself for the Royal Rumble, name-dropped everyone who's won a Rumble before more than once, including himself, saying that he did it back-to-back. And now he thinks he can do it again. Yeah, he is going to have to take the long road because Drew McIntyre worked into his contract when he sleazed his way out of 3 stages of hell and escaped out of the cage with the title, not pinning Cody, by the way. So no rematch. That's what Drew got to work here. So you have to go to the back of the line. He has to go all the way up the mountain of Royal Rumble again. Is Cody going to win the Royal Rumble? What do you think? Who do you want to win the Royal Rumble? If you don't want Cody, who do you want to win the Royal Rumble? I think Cody winning the Royal Rumble could be cool. They could set up some really cool stuff. It would make sense. It's Cody Rhodes, one of the top wrestlers in the world. Triple H. Yeah, big news about his thoughts on a certain match that isn't happening for WrestleMania. Let's dive right into that. Yes, reportedly, another one here from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, tip of the cap, the big Papa Dave Meltzer. He says that Triple H had, quote, rumored fatigue. There could have been audience fatigue from Triple H and the creative team about Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns for a third time at WrestleMania. I was down for this idea. We did a video talking about this match and how this could come together. And this is something that's going back and forth every day on the news now. It seems like there's a different idea for the WWE title picture at WrestleMania. But I'll say this, hot take. I don't think Roman Reigns needs to win another WWE championship. Does he need it? Doesn't need it. It doesn't make him. He's kind of in a rarefied air. And I don't know if he would have a WWE championship run that would beat what he did before. So it's just like it's diminishing returns. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Roman Reigns isn't like championship material or worthy of it. I'm just saying, how is he going to top what he did before? Is that fair? Like, I just think there's more interesting stories you can tell. Just my take. You can go off on me. Go ahead. All right, let's get into this one. A big recruit to WWE Powerhouse Hobbs from AEW. Yes, he had his contract run out, and apparently the word going around is that Powerhouse Hobbs will undergo a name change. Likely won't be Hobbs. He'll be simply just Hobbs. This is according to WrestleVotes via Fightful Select. You know, WWE changing the names. It's what they do. When you come to WWE, they got to put their, stamp on you. There's a handful of guys who've been able to come to WWE with their name, but especially in the last 10, 15 years. Been a lot of guys. We'll talk about people being recruited into WWE in this video, by the way. There's some more news about that. But, people come over and people get so irrationally mad about these name changes. I get it. But I don't see people getting too mad about him just being Hobbs. Just me. What do you think? Is there more people you think leaving AEW for WWE or vice versa? Do you think there's some people that are going to leave WWE for AEW? I would love to know. It's January. This is when the contracts are shaking up. Yeah, let's get into it. Another one. We're looking at the plans for Royal Rumble in just a few weeks in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. They have that purpose-built stadium just for this. It's going to hold about 30,000 plus people. It's a big crowd. It's going to be one of the biggest wrestling shows of the year outside of WrestleMania. Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom in New Japan had a huge crowd. They did 45,000. So this is pretty big. And I got to say, I know people have a lot of issues about WWE running events in Saudi Arabia. And I understand that. I'm not challenging you on that at all. But the fact that they're building you a makeshift venue just for this, and when people say makeshift, they think that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But get a look at this thing. What they're building looks pretty unique. Reminds me of WrestleMania 9 When you look at the pictures of WrestleMania 9 back in the day, and it was like built around Caesar's Palace, and they almost had to make that venue just for the fans there. So pretty unique. An update on a WWE tag team you haven't seen in quite some time, the Street Profits. Yes, we want the smoke, but where is the smoke? We haven't seen the Street Profits in a long time. So are they injured? Well, according to the Wrestling Observer, they are not injured. A healthy scratch from WWE. And this has been a thing with several names in WWE. The Motor City Machine Guns are like that. And reportedly, they're going to be reintroduced again. Tiffany Stratton is a healthy scratch. Is that a good thing? Is WWE doing this to give more kind of feature time to other players? Yeah, I mean, it's not good, but the decision was done to take them off TV to allow them to be freshened up. I agree. Sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder or makes them want the smoke more. And maybe that's what they were going for. They want more smoke. WWE is focusing on recruiting more African-American talent and bodybuilders with the most recent tryouts. Now, this is word coming out of those tryouts where a lot of independent wrestling talent was featured and kind of trying their way of getting the eyes of WWE in a potential contract, possibly with NXT or another division within WWE coming up the ranks. Maybe they're going to evolve of some kind. So William Regal and Gabe Sapolsky are a big part of the recruiting program for WWE. And Meltzer reports that they're looking for talent that can cut promos. Obviously, promos are very important in WWE, having a personality, and, quote, the right kind of body. I understand this. WWE has a lot of really, especially at the developmental level, they have a lot of really talented cruiserweight guys that are around 225 to 250. So maybe getting a bigger guy makes sense. And based on the guys they're looking at, I can understand that. Of the names that are trying out, I'm going to tell you one name that is really, really impressive. Bruce Hamilton. I've been able to see him in AAW. This guy looks like a strong man from the early 1900s. He literally looks like a human action figure and is an incredible wrestler, a great power lifter, has that look. He has that, wow, look at that guy. You cannot take your eyes off him when he's in the ring. And just a super strong person, one of the strongest human beings I've ever met. When I shook his hand, I was concerned I wouldn't have my hand back. But it's okay. I got my hand back. We're all right. Get down to the comments. Let us know what you think.